Well, hey folks, relaunch of Witcher Midlands, Rapid Fire, episode 78, wrestling related news to talk about, including a New Japan show where I might go on just a bit of a little angry rant here, but I don't know if it's going to last that damn long. These are solely my opinions, by the way, so you can get upset at me in the comments or on Twitter, but let's leave the derb out of it because these are just simply my opinions. He has nothing to do with this video. New Japan's released an official statement that, unfortunately, they've had to make a lot of changes to their LA January 30th show, Charlotte February 1st show, and Nashville February 2nd show. That they said due to visa issues during the ongoing government shutdown, they are unable to get visas for the Japanese talents that they have. Now, that is very unfortunate. New Japan has stepped up by having Shibata bring a whole bunch of people that he's been training from the LA dojo to be on the card. Juice Robinson versus Beretta is going to be, one of the main matches. Brody King, Colt Cabana are going to be on there. I believe Jeff Cobb's going to be on there. The bottom line is they're going to have a bunch of people to try and make it up. Now, you can make the argument that New Japan shouldn't have been running a Japanese show on the same day as they are running a U.S. show. Maybe they're overextending themselves a little bit, but there was no way to foresee, even if they announced 2 of these shows in November, that this government shutdown was going to last this long, and it shouldn't be lasting this goddamn long. It's fucking bullshit that any government shutdown ever fucking happens. No matter if it's a Republican or Democrat in charge, no matter if it's all Democrats that are in charge of every, single branch, or all Republicans or a mix or whatever. No government shutdown should fucking happen. Ever. For no fucking reason. And it's fucking rotten that this keeps happening. And it's the longest government shutdown, so at least Trump has that going for him, which is nice. It's a bigger shutdown than his widow hands are, and he needs to have his widow wall because his widow hands can't build it. So so he can be in a widow playpen because he's a fucking idiot and a fucking racist and a fucking nationalist. Oh no, but let's support the guy. No, by the way, I'm not going to ever support him, and I have my own political beliefs as I do. I know where the fuck my allegiances lie. My allegiances lie with America. America, not with Trump. His allegiances lie to rich people and wanting to fuck his own daughter. So just remember that. Remember that you're supporting a guy that wants to fuck his own daughter. But I digress. Let's get back to New Japan. It is unfortunate that New Japan has had to make these adjustments. It is unfortunate that the 800,000 government workers have gone now without two paychecks and possibly more, because this shutdown is fucking bullshit. And it's fucking bullshit, and everybody knows it's fucking bullshit. But, let's look at the wrestling side of it. This is taking away the ability for a bunch of New Japan talents to ply their trade and entertain the fans like only they can. So hopefully these issues are worked out in time for the April MSG show. Because, let's be perfectly honest, wrestling is a nice escape and everything, and the only reason I had to go off on a little bit of an angry rant is because I'm quite frankly sick of some of the bullshit that I'm seeing on Twitter. That's why I'm doing this little angry video right here and getting this anger out before I get onto a few other angry things that I gotta say about some of this stuff. So hopefully New Japan fans understand that, hey, they're doing the best they can, and please go out and support the talents there. Do not punish the talents. Do not punish the trainees in the LA dojo that are getting out to the wrestle. Go out and support. If you're upset because you bought tickets and you wanted to see bigger stars, fine. I understand it, but do not take it out on the people that are on the goddamn cards. It is not their goddamn fault. Please be respectful of them. Cheer your hearts out. Have some goddamn fun. I'm going to watch them. I may not be able to get time off work to watch those shows, but I'm still going to do what I can to watch those shows as they happen. But we'll see. But anyway, the bottom line is unfortunate due to this ongoing partial bullshit government shutdown. Then now, in addition to those 800,000 government workers, wrestling's being affected. I hope every single one of those government workers, by the way, get their back pay, as they should. 100% of that back pay, plus 110%. Give them a little bit extra. But anyway, so yeah, that's it's unfortunate for New Japan, but hopefully they can make the best of it, and that the G1 Supercard show goes off without a hitch. Now, let's get on to Ronda Rousey possibly leaving WWE after Mania 35. Okay, she wants to start a family. I'm not Ronda Rousey's biggest fan of her personally, like as far as some of the opinions she has, because she's kind of a nut and kind of an idiot. But as a wrestler, she has exceeded my expectations. She has done everything she possibly can. Really, they weren't going to get much out of her beyond Mania 35. Because once she loses the title, then what do you have? They had her have a great debut match at Mania 34. She won the title from Alexa Bliss at SummerSlam last year. Has held the title since then. If she loses the title, which she should lose the title, and it should be to Becky, but it'll probably be Becky, Charlotte, and Ronda in the main event. You are then going to be left with, okay, where do you go with Ronda from there? If you have her go away for a few months and come back around SummerSlam, okay. And if she wants to go have kids, okay, she's going to be 32, I think, in like a week or so. If she wants to do that, fine. Cool. Whatever. I mean, I'm not going to fault somebody. I'm not going to fault a male talent if they want to go home and be a father. I'm not going to fault a female talent if they want to go home and be a mother, or if they want to become a mother. I'm not going to fault that. You get one life to live. If you have kids that you want to raise, that if you want to have kids, if you don't want to have kids, whatever, you should be able to live that life the way you want. Honestly. But so I'm not going to fault Ronda for that. What I am going to fault, however, is Nia, because Nia put up quote tweeted a Bleacher Report WWE tweet with the whole thing of Ronda Rousey possibly leaving with bye-bye. Nia, you're fucking lucky to even be employed with WWE. If it wasn't for Rock the Dwayne Johnson, you would not be there, because you're a sad sack of shit ass. Can't do anything in the ring except injure people. Now, to be fair, this isn't even a knock against her being a bigger woman, because honestly, I don't give a shit what somebody's size is. If they can work, I do not fucking care. But she has injured people constantly. She can't wrestle. She can't work. She can't do anything in the goddamn ring except botch a whole damn bunch and, bust somebody's face inadvertently or whatever. That whole thing about Becky and that, it was pretty fucking ridiculous. Everything about Nia is just the worst. She is one of the worst female wrestlers of all time. She's one of the worst wrestlers of all time. She is not somebody that is worth the money they're investing in her, and she really shouldn't be doing anything except, quite frankly, doing stunt work in Hollywood, even though she'd probably botch that up too. She lends nothing to the product except being there. She is simply there. That is really the epitome of Nia Jax's career. She's just there. To do what? Take up a goddamn spot? So no, fuck the hell out of Nia Jax. She doesn't deserve to do that kind of stuff. Now, to be fair, this could all be a work. It could be just a way to work kayfabe. Ronda may not be leaving. They may want to have a Ronda versus Nia Jax feud after Mania. Okay, maybe Ronda isn't going to leave, and this is just a way to keep up kayfabe and this kind of stuff. Nia is not somebody that, however, should be featured on the Mania card, except maybe in the Women's Battle Royal and then tossed out immediately. Because she's a goddamn joke and a goddamn liability to every single woman in the company. Women, by the way, that are way better workers than her. I'll even say Tamina's a better worker than Nia. Which is saying something, because I can't stand Tamina. But at least Tamina's been in the company a while. I mean, she hasn't really done anything of note, besides get injured. And besides have a really, really awkward exchange with Charlotte. But Nia doing this stuff, I'm not saying I'm surprised. Again, it could just all be dredging up interest and keeping up kayfabe. But yeah, Nia doing this kind of stuff. Ronda is 10 times more talented than your fucking ass will ever be. So no, Nia, you shouldn't be saying anything. You should be down in the performance center trying to get better. Trying to do something like, not injure people. And maybe actually get some good cardio and this kind of stuff. Because she looks blown up and everything by the time she gets to the goddamn ring. She needs to work on her fucking gimmick, just her work in general, because at her age, I think she's in her mid-30s, there are women that are in their 40s that could still wrestle circles around Nia. I mean, and it's just ridiculous, but it is who Nia is. Nia is a fucking idiot. That's all I gotta really say about that. Now we move on to Abyss and Sanjay Dutt, leaving Impact to possibly go to WWE. Abyss will wrestle a bit and then probably be a producer. Sanjay maybe has a little bit left. Was offered a job, I think, back in 2017, but didn't want to uproot his family. And I got nothing against Abyss and Sanjay. I just want to say that much. Two TNA Impact Wrestling stalwarts, really, great ambassadors for that company. They really are. And Conan and Tommy Dreamer are going to step up and be producers anyway in their absence, and that's fine. Sanjay's a really good worker. He could wrestle in NXT a little bit. They could make appearances on 205 Live. I think this is just a way for them to really get jobs where they're going to be set for life, with a little more money. And that's fine. That's totally fine. At this point, with the way they beat their bodies up, especially Abyss, they want to get a little extra payday. Good for them. And like I said, Conan and Tommy Dreamer stepping up. Honestly, wish Impact all the best, really. And I wish Sanjay and Abyss the best. So I don't know what their future is going to be. Sanjay, I think, has a little more left in the tank, though. Abyss doesn't have very much. But who knows what's going to happen. Now we get to the Bellas being inducted in WWE Hall of Fame this year. Maybe. NoDQ.com put up a piece of like who should induct the Bellas in the Hall of Fame. A lot of people were saying nobody. Some people said they're plastic surgeon, which bravo to you. Let me say this much. As many of you know, I've never been a fan of the Bellas at all. I do not like either of the Bellas. Brie is a fucking botch machine. They can't fucking do anything except injure people and not even dive through the goddamn ropes correctly. Yes, I know she came back after having a kid, and I'm not trying to say that she shouldn't have been able to try and show her daughter what she can do in the ring. But the thing is, she can't do that much in the ring. She couldn't do that much in the ring before she had the damn kid. And maybe Brie should have not been wrestling. But as for Nikki, I know why they're going to induct the Bellas, but let's be perfectly honest. Chyna, Miss Elizabeth, Luna Vachon, Molly Holly, and Molly Holly may go in this year. They may wait on the Bellas. Who knows? But a whole bunch of women, as of right now, have not been inducted in the Hall of Fame. But they're going to induct the Bellas. Now, yeah, they inducted people who did less. Sunny, anybody? All Sunny did was talk. Oh, she was most downloaded, WWE superstar, at the time, I think 96 or 97. Congratulations, Sunny. All you could do is open your mouth, and it's fitting because that's all you've been really doing, to supplement your income since. I don't like Sunny. Have I mentioned that? This is the thing that angers me with the Bellas. Oh, they deserve it. They're hard work and this kind of stuff. Hard work? If Nikki had, and I'll say it right now, I don't care how much hate this gets me. If Nikki hadn't been sleeping with Cena, there's no goddamn way she would have had the title for 300 days. Her work did not dictate that she should get a 300-day title reign or 299 or whatever the fuck it was. She did not deserve a title reign for that long. Very few people deserve the title reign for that long. I forgot AJ Lee was champion for that long until they started reminding me. Nikki has suffered a serious neck injury and everything, and probably shouldn't still be wrestling. I don't want to see Nikki paralyzed in the ring. I don't want to see Brie paralyze somebody in the ring because she can't do anything, or at least do anything correctly. But if Nikki hadn't been with Cena, there ain't no goddamn way that she would have had that title for that fucking long, and you can deny it all you damn well want, but it's true. It's just the same that, it would be just the same if Cena... If Nikki was the bigger star and Cena was with her, it'd be just the same goddamn thing. I'd be saying the same damn thing. It ain't about gender. This is about fact. Nikki never deserved the title for that long. It was a spite title reign, just simply to have her, face off, face off in some matches that weren't all that good. And to be fair, again, she was dealing with neck issues and she was dealing with a lot of injuries. Okay, then don't have the title on her for that goddamn long. That's the thing that frustrates me. I'm not saying that Nikki didn't try to improve her work. Was her work horrible? No. But it wasn't great. I have not seen one Nikki Bella match or one Bella match where I'm like, oh god, that was great stuff. Because it wasn't. Yeah, okay, their gimmick with them as just valets was probably all they should have been. And also, people are like, oh, they're responsible for the women's revolution. No, they're fucking not. No, they're fucking not. You guys can think that they are all you want, but I'm sorry. People are like, oh, well, Total Divas was responsible for it. That only gave a bigger spotlight to the fact that the Bellas couldn't really do... The Bellas are reality TV stars is what they are. They're not fucking wrestlers. They're not very fucking good in the ring. And Brie especially not. Nikki isn't really all that good. And no, her title reign is fucking bullshit. Absolute fucking bullshit. Other women should be inducted way before them. Chyna, I was never a fan of Chyna's work. I thought Chyna's work was the shits. But for being the first woman in the men's Royal Rumble, for being the first woman in a Royal Rumble, and for being the first woman Intercontinental Champion, yeah, she should be in the Hall of Fame. Again, they've inducted people for less. At least she made an impact where you could have women of different looks actually get a look from WWE. So, I mean, yeah, in that sense, she should absolutely be there. And yeah, I mean, I've stated my opinions on Chyna before, but they would have to induct her, obviously, after she tragically passed away, but whatever. If they want to induct another woman that's passed away, Miss Elizabeth, Molly Holly, she hasn't passed away, thankfully, but Molly is somebody they could induct. Luna Vachon, who has unfortunately passed away. A lot of women that I mentioned have passed away. Leave in the comments some women that you feel, by the way, should be inducted in the Hall of Fame before the Bellas. I know why they're doing it. They're doing it because they feel that the Bellas meant a whole lot to women's wrestling, but no, they didn't. If anything, they held women's wrestling back for a number of years. Now, you can blame creative for that as much as you want, the Bellas. Am I saying that they are the worst thing to happen to wrestling? Maybe modern wrestling, sure. Or at least modern women's wrestling. Because I never cared for them. Never liked them. I don't wish any ill. I don't wish that Brie is unable to provide for her child. I don't wish that Nikki is unable to have a happy life and be injury free and not end up paralyzed by taking bumps in the ring. But there is just no reason why the Bellas should be inducted before a whole bunch of other women. I can't say I'm shocked. I'm just very fucking disappointed. But yeah, Nikki's title reign was just a fucking joke. And it was because she was sleeping with Cena. There's no other reason, because you could pick a bunch of other women at that time that could have had the title a whole lot longer. Paige, Emma, at least, two women like that or whatever that could have had long title reigns. No, let's pick Nikki Bella. Because she was on her knees, doing what she did for Cena. I'm sorry, but just Nikki Bella's a goddamn joke. And yeah, I'm a fan of women's wrestling. I want women to succeed and all that stuff. And you can call me every goddamn name in the book. But I've had my opinions on Nikki Bella for a number of years. These aren't anything new. So that's all I got to say about that. Agree, disagree with what I said. Like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. It's been Real Honesty with John Ritlin, and I will see you soon.